right, we're back, and it looks to be a different guy than the last guy in the classic queue. So we're playing that red-blue control deck. We would like to play first. This is kind of a fun hand, I guess. We'll set up for a turn to Magus and hope, and it's definitely going to resolve. I don't know if it'll be good though. Sometimes in the two-man queues, you're playing against people who don't own all the cards for the environment, which is why you have to take testing, not with a grain of salt, but you have to test for particular purposes. So what we're testing, I don't like this background. Hang on, let's find a different display setting here. Yeah, this one. That's the sweet one. Yeah, there he is. He's not fat anymore. So what we're going to do, I think, is drop down. Actually, you know what? I would rather him kill a volcanic isle here because we have the basic island. So hopefully, yep, it resolved. Anyway, what I was saying is Magus might not be as good in the two-man queues, and you have to sort of take your two-man queue testing with a grain of salt. Cool, so our Soul Ring is going to do nothing now. That's too bad. He could be playing Affinity, or he could be playing some sort of workshop-based deck. Yeah, Soul Ring. That's fine. That's unfortunate, but worse things have happened. I guess it's good that we just drew the Skull Clamp. I just don't want him to do anything so horrible to us that it will prevent us from dropping the Magus, which is totally possible. I am running Lotus Petals in the deck just for that purpose, so I feel comfortable dropping the island here. I'm not going to drop the Caracas yet, and we are going to play the Skull Clamp. So this turn, what do we not want to happen? We don't want him to kill one of our lands. We also don't want him to run a Lodestone Golem. Out. Okay, so he's going to kill one of our lands, and he's going to make our Skull Clamp suck. That's better than a Lodestone Golem, though. So there's that. Yeah. What we really want to see, I think, is Engineered Explosives. And he didn't have anything to do with his other mana. That's good. So, yeah. I actually... Now we can at least force something. So I would say things are looking up, but we still need to draw ourselves out of this with a pretty fast clock. We're probably going to be forcing something this turn. That's just my guess. Dang it. Yeah, you got it. So now we need to draw land or like a Lotus Petal or something. And I still don't know if he's playing Affinity or if he's playing a Workshop-based deck yet. Because both run Revokers. Null Rod, huh? So this basically makes my Lotus Petals and my Engineered Explosives bad. That's pretty bad for us, but I think worse things have happened. I think I have to let that resolve. That's my guess. This means he's playing a Workshop-based deck and not Affinity, because Affinity can't afford to run this. Oh, cool. So we're going to take another big 4 and probably have to counter something. Crucible, huh? Yeah, let's counter that. That would lock me out of the game for good. So he's running main deck Null Rods, huh? That's for the shop matchup. We just learned something, though. People have been running this for the shop versus Affinity matchups, and it looks to have serious splash damage against us. So, worth considering, certainly. Here we're going to drop this guy, which makes his mana production totally crappy, but we still have to worry about this, pretty quick clock. What I think I would actually be willing to do is after I drop the next one, I might be willing to block the Skull Clamp. Nah, Skull Clamp sucks anyway. Essentially, this is just... I mean, we can't let these through because we can't give him 8 mana this turn. But Magus is pretty good against him. Um, we did learn that. What's this going to be, a metamorph? Is he going to make his own Magus? What's he... Okay, he's probably going to name Jace. That would be my play. What's unfortunate right now is that there are a lot of cards we don't want to draw. He did name Jace. And that's that's definitely one of the cards we don't want to draw. So we'll drop our other Magus, and this turn, yeah, I mean, obviously we have to block one of his guys. He didn't even get off to a really explosive start, though having the two LD spells, or LD, the two activated land triggers does help him. So, like, what can I draw here that would keep me alive? Trinket Mage? Shackles does pretty much nothing at all, does exactly nothing. Into the Royal. Yeah, we're not looking to be in a good shape here. I'm trying to figure out if I want to block with one or both. I think we have to block both to give ourselves some more draws. And I think blocking the Skull Clamp one is more important. So, we give him a ton of mana here, but c'est la vie, like... What is this? Okay. I guess that's fine. It'll probably name Jace again. This has been like an onslaught of Revokers. What we want to draw in this matchup is our... why can't I think of the guy's name? The human. The Hammer Mage. Wow, that's pretty brutal. So that Force Will does nothing. Alright. We'll concede this game. We'll move to game 2. This is actually an informative matchup, so I'm happy about this. We're going to bring in Spell Snares. We don't bring in Missteps. We do bring in Energy Flux. This is probably not good enough. Shackles is probably pretty bad against him, I think. Especially when he's running main deck Null Rods. Like, that's kind of unfortunate. Inferno Titan is a possibility, so we'll think about that. Cage leaves. Pithing Needle is perfectly fine. I think we cut the Shackles easily. With his Null Rods, what does that mean for us? Does that mean we go down to 1 explosives? I think so. I think we want to keep the other one there. We can still search for mana producers with Trinket Mage, and I think the Lotus Petals are still going to be important. He might board out his Null Rods in this matchup too, which is something worth considering. That's why I'm keeping in the one engineered explosives. Basically, our play is going to be Magus, Hammer Mage, and Energy Flex. Those are our plays here. Frost Titan and Inferno Titan seem far too on the expensive side for me, but I also need a way to close out the game. Jace is a little bit hard to cast through Thorn of Amethyst and other sphere effects, which are often in this matchup, so I'm considering not bringing it in, but I think it offers enough utility to do so. Pithing Needle can name Wasteland, which is why that's worth running still. It also presents a Trinket Mage target. There is some non-bowish nature with Hammer Mages and Pithing Needles and stuff, so forth, but that's just the way it goes. We're going to cut the Skull Clamp because of the Null Rod situation, I think, even though he could board them out. Because we'd probably just want to search for mana production. I think we're going to board out one of the expensive Frost Titans, and then the last card I want to board out, I'm not entirely sure of. It could be Mana Drain, but I think we do want to keep that. Maybe the other explosives, or maybe the Pithing Needle just isn't good enough. Not entirely sure about that. It could be any of these cards. Like, Trinket Mage is much less good now, so maybe we cut him because we have so few cogs or trinkets we're going to search for. We're definitely going to play first, and I think what we do here is we set up for a turn 1 Mana Drain, and then a turn 2 Hammer Mage. Almost assuredly. Again, Hammer Mage and Soul Ring are also kind of a non-bow, but this gives you enough acceleration that normally it's worth it. Also, we can set up for a next turn Brainstorm if we need. So this seems right to me. Soul Ring, in some ways, it doesn't combo with Hammer Mage because it helps you pay a lot of mana with it to blow up more artifacts. Sphere. Thinking. Because I can let that resolve and then later just blow it up with Hammer Mage. So I actually think letting that resolve might be right. Yeah, I think so. We're going to let it resolve. We find an Energy Flex here and a Magus. Both those are good. But we want all the lands that we can. So the question is, like, do we pitch the Soul Ring for now? And I think that's going to be the card we probably pitch. Or the Mana Drain. Maybe the Mana Drain isn't going to do anything for us, but I might want to keep that there. So pitching the Soul Ring creates a situation... Yeah, I think let's do that, because we're going to end up... Well, then again, we can cast the Energy Flex here. So what don't we want to draw? Maybe the Mana Drain. Yeah, let's do that. So we don't want to draw the Mana Drain, and we want to... Do we want a Mountain, or... What do we want to find with this? I think we want to find... probably, because I don't think we can land the Magus this turn. We're going to want to find probably a Mountain. So let's find our Mountain. Soul Ring will cost 2. That's okay. So let's play that. And then play Hammer Mage. Okay, that worked out according to plan. And that means next turn we will almost certainly be able to land an Energy Flex or a Magus. And I think we'll be in an okay position. Yeah, he's probably thinking pretty hard about this one. Because he probably needs to play expensive artifacts, in theory, to get around the Hammer Mage, but he doesn't want to lose those expensive artifacts to the Hammer Mage. If he has a Null Rod, that would actually be a card he could consider playing, because it would turn off my Soul Ring, and then I would have to play another land to kill the Null Rod itself. So if he plays something... He won't be able to play Precursor Golem through this, but that would be okay anyway, because we'll probably be able to Energy Flex next turn. Okay, I am okay with that for now. And I think what I do here... Like, I'm trying to figure out if Energy Flex or... Well, I'm trying to figure out what's better here. I actually might want to run the Magus. It turns off his Wastelands. And I don't have to lose my Soul Ring yet. That's not very good right now. It'll probably be something I pitch to the Hammer Mage. Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna, start bashing with this 1/1. I'd say we probably have him locked down at this point. I feel pretty good about this. He's actually out of range of casting his own Lodestone Golems and stuff just because of the spheres, which is something worth considering. This Brainstorm costs 3 right now. So let's think about this. How do I close out this game? Because I feel like I'm in control. Energy Flux puts him in a serious problem, I think, now, because he's never going to be able to pay for a lot of Flux costs. Certainly not before I draw out what I need to. But it also means that, well, doesn't mean much of anything, actually. So if I play Energy Flux, that costs 5. Yeah, I think that creates enough problems for him in the long term that he just can't get out of that. Okay, good. So you can only keep one of these spheres alive. Here's a question. Is Hammer Mage really good with Energy Flex? They seem to attack the board from different directions in these matchups, and so I'm not convinced that they synergize well with each other. Um, okay, well, Smokestack is pretty irritating. Thinking. Nobody runs Smokestack in these decks anymore, which is, I mean, some people obviously do, but it's rare. I always have to figure out how I want to play around this card. Okay. I don't think I want to sacrifice permanents. So I think I'm probably going to Hammer Mage right now. For 4. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. This gives us something to do with our Lotus Petal, I guess, if you want to be a genuine optimist. That's actually not so bad. It at least lands and starts bashing. He could play a Lodestone Golem here, but I don't really care. I think, even though he has 5 land out, I don't think that's so bad. He's not going to be able to keep all those alive through the Energy Flex. And also I can just kill 2 of them by tapping this for 0. And that's pretty good too. I could also brainstorm right now and try to find another land, but I think that's less reliable than just playing this. So he can keep one of his guys alive. Probably he'll keep this one alive because it's the hardest one to hammer. But I don't think he did. Oh, no, he did. Okay. So that'll wall him off for a bit. That's okay. I am going to brainstorm right now, even though I have force. That's not the best. What don't we want to draw here? Do we want both these lands? Yeah, I think we do want both the lands. I mean, they're mountains, essentially. This guy we don't need another one of, because I don't think we're ever going to lose this. That could actually be wrong. He could play a duplicate. Yeah, we can't shuffle right now anyway. So, let's play another one of these. And pass the turn. So, what are my... I feel like I could draw almost any cards and they would be good this game. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cast this Force of Will hard. Do I want to keep this in hand? I might want to. Yeah, let's just pass. So we do want to find another blue source. We've got a bunch of basic islands, so that's totally possible. Yeah, this guy. Yep, we'll play another one. If I see him drop this, it's probably because he's planning on playing a duplicate. We can get through for 5 right now. That's fine. We'll just cast that guy. No problem with that. I actually would love to draw a Skull Clamp here. I think he boarded out his Null Rod. That's my suspicion. We haven't seen it yet, but I can't guarantee that. Basic Mountain. What the hell is this? I don't know what this guy's playing. And now we're seeing a lot of red lands, unfortunately. Next turn, we can drop that last land and just blow up his precursor and get through for a bunch, I guess. If we feel like that's the right play. So I guess he's going to play a duplicate? I'm not sure. Maybe a pyro? Oh, God. Wow. Didn't see that coming. Wish we had another blue. So, oh, this is hilarious. This is the best thing that's ever happened. Okay. I think I'm playing this correctly. And I think the thing to do, unless I'm just going to kill him, but I don't think so, is to deal 3 to this. And then he can't remove a counter or this dies immediately. And I think we just attack with everybody. This is the funniest matchup ever. So right now he's probably going to kill a Magus and a Hammer Mage, or just both Hammer Mages and dome me. Yeah. That would make sense to me. Yep. Okay, good. So now we attack for 6, and hope he doesn't do something equally horrifying. He might be playing Welders. That might be what's going on. That would make sense. What's this going to be? Another one? Worm Coil? No. Got a lot of fire-breathing mana here, so I think I just win here, because he gains 6, so he goes up to 12. If he blocks this, they trade. That's terrible. I can't believe that just happened. Ugh! Ugh. Okay, let's see. What happens if I attack with the Magi? No, that's terrible. He has to pay 4 every turn to keep that alive. That means the little guys, he can only keep 1 alive. Yeah, let's do it. He's going to stay at 6, presumably, and... Or maybe he'll go a little bit lower, because we're going to dome him here. Yeah, he's going to block. They're going to trade. He gains a bunch of life. Then one of his guys dies. And presumably it's going to be the Death Touch one that dies here. But we can at least force a will now. Okay. So now we can pay for 2 artifacts and keep them around, so our Force of Will mana becomes extra relevant. That strikes me as a game loss if he does that. Okay. So that's good. He must want to follow it up, but he didn't think to play it before combat to see if I was going to force. And I will. Just get rid of this blocker. So... Okay, good. We took that game. That was far too stressful for what happened. Shackles, probably still bad. Do I want to bring in another Explosives and Skull Clamp? Do I think he sideboarded accordingly? No. I don't know if he kept in the null rods. I don't know. Let's go with this. Being on the draw is much worse in this matchup. So we might learn here that our deck sucks against the deck it's designed to beat anyway. Just either because it sucks in general or this hand sucks. Wow, so first turn Pithing Needle. And maybe eventually a Magus, but not on turn 1. This seems bad to me. If he kept, so I take it that his hand is legitimate. If he'd mold, I would consider keeping this, but I don't have anything to do early. We're pitching. Oh, good. Okay, so this I'm actually strongly considering keeping this. Um, Even though it's a no-lander, because I have counter backup and I have a brainstorm if I draw a blue land, and we have all of our like cards that are great against him. I'm actually going to keep this on the assumption that I would lose. That like the odds are better that I draw a couple lands to claw my way back into this game, um, than if I yeah, we're gonna I think have to counter that. Um, do I pitch the flux here? No, if I draw a blue source, I want to play the flux immediately. I have to. We're counting on drawing a land here. We put all of our eggs in the like 40% chance we draw a land and just win off of it. And whoa, we did not. So we drop this now, and the reason for that is if he drops a sphere effect, it would cost mana to play it. Even though playing a mana crypt without any lands on the board and just taking 3 from it half the time is terrible. So this is where a lodestone golem lands. Oh, great. Yeah, that's going to be bad for us. So, yeah, you know, we'll take heads. Yeah, good. Oh, sweet. So here we go. This is awesome. I can look for a soul ring. Or I can play a hammer mage. Hammer mage is pretty bad when you don't have red. He's obviously going to put a counter on that. So, like, what keeps us in the game the longest? Is it the Trinket Mage? I just find another Lotus Petal with Trinket Mage. That's bad, but there are worse things. So, Energy Flux is the effect of basically making Soul Ring bad for a while. I mean, he'll just sack it to the smokestack eventually, which isn't that great. I'll put a counter on, and then we'll have only 2 permanents out. That's pretty bad. That's very bad. We could play the Magus, in which case he has access to 4 mana, and then we only have 2 permanents out, which is also very bad. I'm actually going to make this play, because it gives me an extra permanent. And I either find a Soul Ring or a Lotus Petal here, and I'm not sure which one. Yeah, Soul Ring doesn't seem very good. No, none of these cards seem very good. Not sure how I would claw my way back into this game, either way. Let's look for the Petal. We'll drop that now. And so he's clearly going to sacrifice no permanents and then add a counter. And then we'll probably be sacrificing the Trinket Mage and dropping the Energy Flux, I guess. And hopefully we draw a land. And that's our game plan right now. And if he plays a lot, basically any permanents, we're in serious trouble. Oh god. Yeah, he's gonna kill that now. Okay. Well, that's fun. We have to lose the Lotus Petal. And we drew a Misty, which is funny. I mean, it's not good right now. We're gonna lose all of our permanents soon, but it is funny. So I think I find. I mean, he's got a strip mine, so that sucks. Do I play a Magus here? Nah. I mean, what's my game plan here, if any? Like, is there a game plan? Just sacks a Soul Ring, puts another counter on, and then I lose both these? That's terrible. He pays 2 for the smokestack, unless the Triskelion die. I mean, at least maybe he has to let something die. No, he sacks the Soul Ring, doesn't care to pay it, and pays for the Triskelion with it. That's not very good. At all. It's like finding the Magus, what does that do for us? Let's do that play. That play seems more fun to me at the moment. Cool. He just F4'd through that, so he never had a chance to strip my Volk island. I guess that's alright. It's got so much mana with the Soul Ring. I don't board in Mental Missteps in this matchup because he only has one Soul Ring. I think that's the only one cast in the deck, so... Yeah. You know you want to put a soot counter on that. It's the right play. Yep. So 2 of my permanents are going to eat it. Oh, God. Okay, so we're going to be sacrificing 2 permanents here. I think they're going to have to be the Magus and the Volk Island, and then we just have to hope to draw another island to play this, to stay in the game. Or I could try to go Hammer Mage route. That seems pretty poor. I mean, this is terrible. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, sure, heads. Oh, good. I'm glad we keep winning these flips. All right, that's gonna be it for us. That's round 1 essentially. Not ideal. So what do we learn? Do we modify the deck now or do we keep playing? I think we keep playing to see what happens. We don't want to jump to any conclusions after such a small sample size. But we keep in mind what that was like. Hammer Mage on the draw still felt too slow without a Force Will backup. You need to have enough lands to deal with it. And Magus was weak against that build of Shot because he's essentially just running big fat guys for mana. It's better against the prison versions, and so is Hammer Mage because you have more small stuff to kill. Also, we take hate splash damage from main deck Null Rod, which isn't very good. Where's that other... I think I accidentally moved a Lotus Petal out of the deck. There should be another one in here. Yeah, so that's the situation right now. I'll see you guys next round.